And welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Sunless, guys. Where we left off last time, we were in the Blue Kingdom. Doing Blue Kingdom things, we've explored 2 out of 4 of the areas. We killed a... I don't even know what to call it. It's not really a ghost. It's an energy being of some sort. There's something up there that we've seen, or possibly seen? Anyways, whatever. We're trying to find other docks. We found 2 out of 4. What the hell is that thing? What's a spirifer? What the hell are those things? Oh, that's bad. Ow. An eater of the dead, its coworkers stuck in the corner. We're gonna die. Okay, we killed one of them. We can claim a trophy or search its maw. Sure. Yes to that. Under experience. Oh, this is gonna suck. We gotta get out of here. Or at least turn around so we can shoot better. Oh god, that is bad. We can't turn around without dying, and there's a missile coming right at us. Okay. Okay, one ship is dead. Those missiles are brutal, though. Maybe we can get some hull from one of the ships, or just run for our lives. Okay, we'll take the scraps from the engine, and we're just gonna go. Run! They have really fast guns. Maybe we can just leave that ear of the dead alone. Uh-oh. I'm just gonna go sneak past it. Go, Bat! Find me somewhere to park. I hear a spooky sound. Oh, that's bad. Everything is going wrong so far. We need to get out of here. This is Alola. There's a wonder or something here. The sun does not move, so the dial must... Oh, that sucks. Oh man, we are gonna die horribly. Please move faster. Oh, it's gonna hit us. Evasive maneuvers. There was a dock there of some sort, but we gotta just run away. I think it's time to leave, or at least... Yeah, we need to leave. We most... quite frankly don't have the hull to survive here any longer. Luckily the thing has a very short range. If we find a dock on the way, that'd be super. But for now we're just gonna run. We have 4 fuel, 3 supplies, which is more than enough to get back to Sky Barnet if we can survive that long. I'm gonna send out a bat, because why not? Hey, there's a dock up ahead. Okay, maybe we can survive to get there. If we can get to the dock, we'll be okay. Because then at least we have an autosave point for our inevitable death. Except we can't get around this island mountain thing yet. This place has been a very interesting place. There's been some tougher enemies. The slopes of Nissa is what we found currently. Fingers crossed, our goal is not to... Oh, there's a wreckage there. Let's go take a look. It's close by, there doesn't look like there's anyone around. Hopefully. We can strip her for some repairs, which is probably the best call we can get. Oh, yay, another Marauder too. We can maybe strip that one for repairs as well. We need better guns. Let's go to Eltimar and buy better guns. That's our goal from now on. Take the item. What do we get? Oh, salons dude gossip. Not the best thing we could have gotten, but whatever. Alright, hopefully we can reach this dock now. We need better everything. Our guns are a little subpar. I do like, however, that that's a bad sound. That sounds like chain guns, which means missiles, which means we're gonna have to be careful not to die, hopefully. We can seek company? Yeah, wait. Let's try it. Partial success. What happened? We lost some supplies. That's okay. We're almost at a dock. Docks usually have supplies, and even if not, we're not that far from Sky Barnet, probably. The narrow road, so thick beset. Whew. Districts of the Dead, 3 out of 4. The Stone-Faced Court. The White Well. Well, they don't have any fuel here, but let's have supplies. They wanted ours, but we didn't bring them with us. They also have Spirit for supply, which are souls. We can get souls here. The Stone-Faced Court. Half ziggurat, half fortress, the court is where spirits go to face judgment before they meet their end. A meek little city has sprung up around it almost by default. Pherrid, a quietly frostbitten city that clings like a scab to the White Well. We can try and seek entry, I guess. Masked dead wander its ice-sheathed streets, going where dead people go. A statue crumbles on each corner, subjugating passers to forbidding stone glares. At Pherrid's center looms the stone-faced court where the dead are judged. A ziggurat as wide as a mountain, as tall as a stack of castles. Pherrid's population are mostly waiting for permission to enter. Let's try and enter. Most of the population of Pherrid, it seems, are holding a place in the tangled queue. You see spirits departing and rejoining, silently tapping each other in and out. No one pushes, no one cuts in, and unfathomable etiquette is at work. When you ask a spirit near the front how long they've been waiting, they just shrug. A woman sits in a booth beside the gates. At least you think she's a woman. The flesh above her collarbone has been carefully trimmed away, leaving a picked clean and perfectly bald skull with gemstones in its sockets. She grins more fixedly than one might expect, even from a skull. It's a bit of a wait, dear, says the unreasonably chirpy administrator. Let's ask our litigator to intercede. The nameless spirit leans forward and whispers something in the vague area where the administrator's ear should be. She nods and waves you through without a word. Your entry permission lasts 1 month only, says the administrator, stamping a certificate and handing it to you. Alright, let's enter in then. As you step inside the court, you are immediately accosted by another skull-headed gentleman, though his ivory is noticeably more worse for the wear than the administrator's, yellowing, cracked, and pitted with craters. The curious official glances irritably at its clipboard. An invisible, perfect, wonderful. An administrative nightmare was exactly what I needed at this juncture. In fact, he looks you over. Ugh, well, follow me. I suppose I'm your guide. Welcome to court, etc. We'll follow him. Spirits are obliged to pretend they can't see you, which could make for some excellent pranks, if that were permitted, which it is not. Your footsteps ring out as you walk through the labyrinthine corridors of the stone-faced court. The bleak stone catches the echo and magnifies it 100-fold. Delightful, aren't they? Mutters the official as you walk past a row of misshapen gargoyles. The court is a vast and cold and almost entirely empty place unless you count the statues. Everywhere you look, there are statues in varying states of decay. Trials take place in a grand chamber at the court's heart, dominated by a colossal basalt statue of a sphinx. Judges are distinguished not just by their horned crowns, but by the hoard of gemstones embedded in their skulls. As you enter, the jeweled judge is deliberately atop her throne. A masked spirit stands in the docks before her, placidly awaiting its fate. Dead, mutters the official behind you. Dead, dead, dead. She's gonna say dead. Look, it's obviously dead. Nothing to see here. Just dead. Hurry up, dead. Dead, pronounces the judge finally. First of all, port report. And let's ask the judge about the industrialist's lost love. You give her all the details the industrialist told you. Not too many details, unfortunately. Pained him to relay them. The judge peers at you. I have 72 more spirits to process before the end of the hour. If I can hope to meet today's quota, she says. Do you think I really have time to pore over the records of all the spirits who passed through here and were declared dead? We succeeded! We only had a 50% chance, but whatever. She listens with sympathy as you relay the industrialist's story. Oh fine, I'll get to work. Come back at the end of the day. When you return, she's sitting before a book that is easily 4 times as tall as she is. The pages are cast from brittle clay, and a servile graven stands atop a precarious stepladder, turning them periodically. She holds up a hand as she finally reaches the correct page. The spirit you seek has been judged as dead. She has moved on to death's door. If you're lucky, you can reach her before she passes on. Let's ask the official to formally declare you anti-deceased. You are currently invisible, but it would prefer to be seen. If this is successful, it will change your status to anti-deceased, confirming to the Blue Kingdom that you are lamentably alive. The official sighs and pinches the spot where the bridge of his nose used to be. Always me, isn't it? Well, I suppose it'll cause less trouble for both of us in the long run. Before I declare you anti-deceased, I must be satisfied that you're committed to being dead one day, says the official. No dabbling in immortality, no living life to the fullest. You're just a shell of meat and juice patiently awaiting its end. The traditional way of doing this is to stage yourself a premature funeral, a public demonstration of mortality, then there's just some paperwork, and you're officially living for death. Let's give ourselves a particularly heartfelt eulogy. Unusual for a eulogy to be delivered by its own subject perhaps, but at least you can throw in some good anecdotes. You sit down and compose yourself, or what turns out to be a particularly stirring eulogy. Shame you won't be around to do this for the real thing. Oh, we did that already. Okay, we did a eulogy. Let's spend lavishly on flowers and fireworks. $100. The official counts your coins carefully, then flings them from the nearest window. He catches your expression. Your money's useless here, he says. The important thing is that it matters to you. Now that I know you've spent what seems to be a vaguely appropriate amount, I can organize some suitable decorations on your behalf. My money. Let's treat ourselves. Oh, wait. We're gonna force our crew to play the role of mourners. Unfortunately, they have to believe you're really dead. This won't be good for their peace of mind. You send the curious official to deliver the bad news to the crew. Hardest part of my job, says the official when he returns, shaking his head. Anyway, I told them you fell down some stairs and snapped your neck. They seemed extremely upset. They'll be here for the funeral, don't worry. Let's give ourselves an ostentatious funeral. The procession marches through Pherrid, fireworks crackle overhead, wreaths of flowers line the street. The sheer spectacle is enough to attract a larger audience than expected. You sit up in your coffin, waving to your adoring mourners. Finally, you arrive to your grave. The curious official delivers last rites in a bored monotone. As your lord, waving into the ground, you don't lie down until the first shovelful of soil hits you in the face. After a few anxious subterranean minutes, the curious official digs you up and hands you a bundle of documents to sign. Very moving, I thought. He says, wiping an imaginary tear from his eye socket, you'll make a fine corpse someday. Now we are anti-deceased. Our poor crew. Let's watch the trials of the dead. Surely an interesting case will come along any minute now. For every trial, the routine is the same. The judge will bow deeply to the Sphinx statue behind her throne, beseech the watcher to lend her wisdom. A spirit will be brought forth, measured and prodded, weighed. The judge will declare it dead. Eventually, a spirit is ushered forth, whose case has a unique complication. The spirit under trial is a woman who committed horrific crimes in her life. The jeweled judge is sparing with the details, but the crimes seem to be particularly ambitious, mass-scale atrocities. The watcher has seen fit to declare you deferred by reason of severe malefaction, says the judge sternly. I will not declare you dead until you have traveled the skies, successfully receiving forgiveness from 10,000 people to whom you have relayed your crimes in full. For this purpose alone, I lift the restrictions on your speech. 10,000? The deferred spirit panics and runs blindly from the dock, charging straight to you. Will you forgive me? Sure. She'll still have 9,999 forgivenesses to earn after all. Thank you, stranger. The deferred grabs hold of your sleeve, her voice oily and sinuous. But you heard the judge. First, you must hear my crimes in full detail. There's so much detail I can give. The names, the deeds, the colors, the screams. I was hoping we could get a crew out of that, but I guess not. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cold today. If you've noticed, my voice is a little messed up, but that's okay. We are done here. We entered the court. We did the court thing. We need to get out of here as fast as possible and as safely as possible. Let's head straight, in theory, what I'm hoping is straight for the Sky Barnet, or even just the relay would work. That is probably not a good thing to go. That's the well. I see. That's where souls go, or possibly go. I wonder what happens if we go into it. The White Well. Reading some terror. Oh, it's actually a dock. I wonder if this is where Death's Gate is. Wellmouth. Oh, let's duck in and see what it is. A smattering of dark cottages at the White Well's edge is surrounded by endless rows of tumbled and broken statues, mere specks against the snow. Howling winds are up from the frozen abyss, rattling roofs, and chasing snow over the mist-shrouded streets. Most of the silhouettes in the snow are statues, cracked and mutilated by age. A few are not statues, but gaunt women in mourning veils, who skitter suddenly into motion as you come near, and fall silent in line behind you. At the center of the village is a squat black cottage. Its walls throb. Let's speak to the widows. These cadaverous figures are known as the widows at the well. Their role is to inter the failed dead. You've attracted a half-circle of veiled observers by now. They respond to your questions with whispers and hisses among themselves. You're in the wrong place, says one of them finally, stepping a little too close. She points to where the lights of Erd twinkle on the other side of the well. The stone-faced corpse is there. Grandmother will know you're here by now, says one of the widows. If you intend to stay, you must meet with her, else fly away at once. Well, let's speak out the matronly Relict's approval. She squats in a black cottage at the village's heart. Its walls bulge and pulsate oddly. The Relict is an old woman of colossal stature, tall and broad as a wagon, her face such a mass of wrinkles that her features are almost entirely lost. She shuffles aside and gestures silently to an armchair beside the roaring fire. You ignore the insistent skitter of scratching coming from inside the walls as you enter her parlor. We can't do anything here. We don't have any immaculate souls, but we are anti-deceased. So we can't leave. Or we can't do anything. We can deliver the psalmist. So the twice-scorned priest and his flock have traveled a long way from New Winchester. Your crew can't wait to be rid of them. The psalmists emerge from your train, pulling coats tight against the wind. They form a bleak, snow-battered huddle. The first few to fetch the wood and tools they brought. Soon they've laid the foundations for a church. We can manage our own affairs for a while, the twice-scorned priest tells you. His nose and ears are already bitter red from the cold. Take these maps, we don't need them anymore. The church should be finished in 2 weeks. Visit us then. As you leave, you notice a line of widows assembled in the distance, watching wordlessly. And that's it. We're leaving this place now. Hopefully. The White Well. Okay, so if we go here, we might be able to skirt in and around there. I'm hoping that that's the way we can go, otherwise we're kind of stuck in this area a little bit. So I think my hip needs to crack it, like, or my leg. Well, it's not really my hip, I guess. It just kind of aches. We'll figure that out in a second, though. There we go. That worked. That's a bad sound. That's a scorn fluke. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. That's exactly what I needed. I shouldn't have bothered to try and grab that. You two fight it out. That's a tight area. Should be good to get us out of here. Oh, okay. Well, bull contemporaries aren't that bad. Except that they died. Damn it! Stupid bull contemporary. We'll just reload the autosave. Boop. Okay, we did all of this. We haven't done their church yet, but it's not done, and we don't care at the moment. We gotta get out of this place. Our hull is so low. 25 is not good, especially with a scorn fluke to fight. Or not a scorn fluke, what are they called? Spine fluke? Something like that. Some sort of fluke anyways. Nethermore. We're also almost level 19. We're very close. I'm gonna ignore that ship and the... Well, you know what? I would take one of those over the, oh. Well, I didn't want two of them. Did the map change? Seems different than before. What is that? Oh. I don't know what it was. It didn't give us anything, I don't think. Oh, it gave us gems, maybe? That's bad. It made one of those weird snappy things. They're not particularly... Jesus, they're fast. Uh-oh. This is a bad place to be. Why is there so many invisible walls here? Well, they're not invisible, but... Why are there so many walls in this place? Everything is walled off. We took the gems, but there was an unfortunate person who did not enjoy that. That's a ship of some sort. I don't know what kind of ship it is. Oh, it's fighting one of these things. I believe in you, Marauders. See ya. We're almost out of here. I can see why our ship... Jesus, has missiles? Oh yeah, it does. We can just dodge them though. They're not as tracking as the other missiles. We're almost free and clear though. Do I bother to try and grab whatever this diamond is? Something is very glowy here. It's making my whole screen go blurry. I don't know what it is though. It's the House of Days. Did we have to go to the House of Days for any reason? You know what? Let's figure out what it is. We can just stop in really quickly. The house is lit from nowhere in the color of dawn. It has no windows anywhere in its great facade, only colonnades and stone. It gives the impression of having been extended again and again, portions of the building at different heights with different roofs. The Porch of the House of Days. The House of Days is a palace so large that it's hard to see both ends of the facade. The staircase up is many stories tall and ballrooms wide. There is only one door. Spirits go in briskly, but those who come out are slower and not always sure where to go next. A masked rubbery spirit sits on the steps holding an application tablet smeared in yellowish fluid. Application denied, no right of appeal. Let's attempt the doorway. You have the status to enter, but you have not been to the House of Days before, and there are rituals to perform. You must be clean in purpose and body, and to this end you are washed with vinegar and scrubbed with salt. Then you're given 3 poems in honor of the Sapphired King, which you must read aloud in chorus with the others entering the house just now. Not as bad as my litigator made me think, remarks a cheerful shade beside you, but that is before the ceremony of inhalation. You are tested with the odor of the rotting dead, and you only just escape being most improperly ill. After this, the attendants direct you towards the Court of Apes. We need to do the rental dispute. Let's take a number, wait on a cushion until a number is called. This is where you belong. A man in military trousers reads a newspaper. A masked gorilla holds a sheaf of documents written on banana leaf. On the wall is a sign that says everything in its place. When you read it a second time, it says the queue forms to the right. This is where you belong. Let's see. You sit. You lose feeling in your legs. Sometimes you see another ape rise in its place. It shakes hands with the ape to its left and the ape to its right. A grave courtesy from gorilla to chimp, from chimp to woman, from woman to gibbon. At last, Ape 2047 may approach the window, but no sooner do you get there than the attendant clicks angrily. No boons, favors, requests, or solicitations are honored from persons with a clear soul. It snaps. As though you ought to know this already, go to the mayflies first. Well, shoot. We don't want to remove soul flaws. We have such a low chance of that succeeding that it's not worth it. Okay, I guess we're going to the Court of Mayflies at some point. Let's see if we can sneak into the relay area from this side, hopefully. This is a very cool area, but the enemies here are a little rough. We have crappy weapons. We need better weapons. We have tier 2 guns, which are fine. They do in a pinch, but I think if we have tier 3 or 4 guns, we'll be in better shape for sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to exit this area right now, obviously, and then we are going to go to Eleutheria to do the cat quest, I think is what our goal is going to be. But I'm going to go look around for the signaler thing. I'm going to try and find it between videos so that we can pick up a new signaler. There's only 3 in the game, or possibly just 2, but we'll figure that out. For now, though, we're going to call it a video. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. Take care.